Good morning and welcome to Mam Talks. I'm Kathy.
I'm Jan.
I'm Anna, and today, in the spirit of embracing getting older, we're going to debunk common myths about aging. So you want to start, Kathy?
Let's see. What about as you age, you get more set in your ways? Do you think that's a myth?
No, I think that's true.
That's very true.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Well, it's true, but I think also at this point I'm also open to new experiences and maybe trying something different than I've always done. Do you think?
Yeah, but you're setting your ways as far as
I think
your ritual to go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that I've changed some
Where
of that.
you stand when you're filming for Mam Talk.
But like when I was working, I had different hours and I was kind of set in that routine. And now not working, I changed my routine. And sometimes I change it just
Because?
Yeah. So I'm semi-set in my ways.
I think your basic routine stays the same, like around the time that you get up and what you do when you get up. And
I still get up at 5 in the morning.
I know.
Well,
my
that's
body can't change that one.
That's disgusting, but that's okay.
Okay, older people aren't interested in the outside world.
Oh, so not true.
Oh, I don't think so. There's so many old people now that are, or of our generation, that are on the internet, that are so clued into what's happening in the world, that get involved in community events. And I debunk that one.
Well, I debunk it, but I happen to know somebody who shall remain nameless. And this person is older and actually just allowed herself to not do anything. And of course, now that person is, atrophied? I mean, really can't do anything. So I think, again, we've discussed this a million times, keeping active is the key.
Yes.
What about it said older people don't want or need close relationships?
Oh,
I think that's
that's
just
not
opposite.
true.
I think they want
debunk.
more relationships and closer and friendship and especially if you've retired and you had that community where you worked and now you don't have that everyday communication with people.
Well, hence all the retirement communities that are being built and opening because people want to communicate with others.
People need
Having
each other.
said that, there's a lot of older people that are isolated, and that's part of what we do in Mam Talks. We want you to know if you're isolated, we're here for you, we're your friends. Comment, talk to us.
Reach out.
Reach out, and we'll be there for you. Yeah.
What else? What else, Jan?
Older people, oh, sorry, Jen.
Oh, no,
Go
please, Anna, go right
Older
ahead.
people contribute little to society. That's not true.
Oh, no.
No.
Think about people that are older, maybe they've retired, but their wisdom, the things they've learned, work ethics, things like that.
Oh, work ethics, for
really
sure.
can contribute. If you're hiring somebody for maybe a part-time job, and you're like, this person right out of school, or this person who's known this business for the last, 20, that can make a big difference, really big difference.
I think back to when my son was graduating from his undergraduate years, and he had to do a project. And, it was an expensive school. When it was time to do that project, he came home to his grandfather, who was already in his late 70s, to help him do his project. And that's who he spent all night long working with in order to get it done. And so I think, yes, the wisdom, the knowledge, and the experience are priceless.
They say, at least in the article, that older adults lose their desire to live. I don't believe that.
I think it depends on the person. I know when people are, as we talked about before, very depressed, having severe physical issues, and they feel like this is it. This is the best it's going to be. I can see them having issues about that.
I can see older people, becoming more accepting of the idea because you're in the autumn of your years, as it were. But I don't think most people don't lose their desire to enjoy life.
Maybe not most, but some.
Some, yes.
Yeah. Okay, ladies, It also says that older people are not interested in sex or intimacy.
That's not true.
I don't think that's true.
No.
I have to tell you, this is really funny. You know, they have the show The Bachelor.
Mm-hmm.
They are now they're looking for people.
Older people?
It's a show that's by the producers of The Bachelor for people over 60. I think
love
that's
that.
great.
That would
I
love
will
that.
so be watching that.
Mhm.
Anybody know? I was thinking, who do we know that we could have them go?
I just started watching today the Kaminsky Method. It's a comedy. Is it on Prime or Netflix? Anyway,
Netflix,
Michael
I think.
Douglas and Alan Arkin. And they are old men, and they're still interested in intimacy. They're still interested in sex. And it really mirrors what happens in our society. Having said that, are you going to have sex 6 times a day? Probably not. But who cares? It's the intimacy that I think is so valuable.
Mm-hmm.
So it keeps you in touch with others, another human being. And we're social animals. We are.
One more is older people can't make good decisions about important issues. Again, I don't think that's true. I think they think more seriously and spend a little more time on decision making, especially important.
I mean,
issues.
there's instances where an older person, you know, maybe suffering from dementia or something
Right.
like that, would not make appropriate decisions.
But
Can I just say that, I'm sorry, it seems to me that life is very complicated now for older people. And I'm saying that because, you know, my dad with his medicines and the the counter medicine versus the mail in order medicines, and they were constantly making mistakes, and you had to call and you had to, oh my God, it was so tedious and taxing for me. Imagine a person that, you know, can't figure out which button to press or what I'm sorry, life is complicated to some degree.
It is.
Now with computers more than it was before, and I think more so for older people.
But age brings wisdom.
It does. It does bring wisdom. I totally agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, there go those myths.
So we debunked out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We debunked about 2 of them. No, we debunked.
no.
We kept 2.
Yeah.
And we debunked
Yeah.
6 of them.
Yeah.
Yes, we are prime
Yes.
examples.
Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to click those share and like buttons.
Remember to subscribe to Mam Talks on YouTube.
And our website, www.mamtalks.com. And remember to keep embracing getting older with us. Bye.
Bye.